Give yourself, like, count down from, like, 15 or some shit to get ready for yourself.
Alright.
Tell me, eh?
I'm here, dear.
I'm turning around the corner now. Did you get here alright?
I did. It has been quite some time since I've been on a ship. May I come in?
Please. This is my personal ship that I use. It's a little bigger than the normal ones, but I suppose that's on purpose. The kitchen is through here.
Understood. Thank you.
I trust you had no issues getting here.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm not particularly too familiar with ships, but with what information I do understand, it seemed to have paid off. Say, I wasn't sure what I was expecting to see underneath your armor. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Strange. I was not told much about human customs for gatherings, so forgive me if things don't appear or seem right.
It's quite alright. You're trying, and that's all that really matters. Though there are more than just humans in Zephyr.
This is true. I am merely aware that humanity is the primary life force on your planet.
Actually, I have something for you as well.
I did not ask for anything.
I know you didn't. It's
What are
in,
these?
the sando is wrapped up in a parchment. there's a little tab of like tape on the end. You see that tab right there? Pull it and it'll open it. Pulls the wrapper in a strip, kind of like onigiri. Um, and you see before you the sando. That is a little sandwich. It's made with milk bread, and the cream is very sweet, and the strawberries are fresh. The fresh produce is pretty hard to get a hold of. I figured that might be a little bit more easier on the jaw to consume, or lack thereof.
I see.
You brought me here to have me test something for you, and I brought a little surprise of the similar nature, so
I
it's
was
also
not
just good
expecting a gift.
hospitality.
Thank you.
Of course, it is good hospitality to bring a gift for the host. At least that's tradition. It's a bit old. I don't think a lot of people do it anymore, but
When my people give
so
gifts, it's usually never food like this unless it's a celebration. Most of our gifts come from things like armor or weapons. Or, in some cases, I suppose, children. But this is unique.
well, I hope you enjoy it regardless. You should give it a taste. Tell me what you think.
You're gonna watch as his mandibles kind of unfurl and just slowly pick at the sandwich with the cream. Some of it getting kind of stuck in the teeth a little bit, but you'll see that the mandibles kind of make little efforts to rub the teeth together and push the cream further down his mouth. He doesn't really chew anything, it's more like it's picking it apart, pulling it, and then pushing it down towards his throat and his jaw. It's very sweet and light. I've never had anything like it.
You like it?
I do.
Brilliant. I'm so happy to hear that.
He's just gonna finish the rest of the first sandwich. He's gonna set the other two down on the table. I've heard that sometimes food like this goes bad. How long does it take for the food to spoil?
I wouldn't, as long as it's refrigerated, it should be fine for a few days, so I wouldn't wait longer than a week to finish the rest of it.
With your permission, I would like to save it. Preserve it for as long as I can, for small special occasions for the next week.
You don't have to ask my permission. That's just fine. If you really like it, I can make another one for you. If you should you have something to do next week, I wouldn't mind.
I would never ask you to continue making meals for me, but if you wish, I will not stop you.
You're very sweet. I'll consider it. You don't find many people like that in Zafira.
I'm not from Zafira.
I just pray that you don't lose that.
Shall I give you the meal I have prepared?
I'm excited.
Wait here, please. I used the internet to look for various recipes, additions, things people typically like, especially females from Earth. It's in an interesting looking, different kind of shape of china. On the outside, it looks like an oval, almost kind of like an egg. But he's gonna put his hand on the top of it. He's gonna twist it to the side. And as he pulls off the top, you'll see 3 large scoops of cheesecake flavored ice cream with a chocolate drizzle and a cherry on the very top. Most of the recipes recommended the small fruit on top. Apparently, in some cases, it is symbolic of what I am not sure, but I can only imagine it would be something positive.
I was not expecting anything like this. This is so good. Oh, I almost don't want to ruin it. But I came here to test it, so that is exactly what I shall do.
Thank you. I was surprised by the amount of different milks that you all have down there. I figured there would only be one. I suppose I was wrong. Your mouth.
My goodness, this is so delicious.
So, you enjoy it then?
This is absolutely delicious. I love dairy products. Cheesecake as ice cream? I didn't even know they made that kind of flavor. It's so good.
I used different creams and flavorings that often are imbued in cheesecake.
You did an excellent job for the first time ever making anything like this.
It is, yes. I only recently begun to start making my own food.
Did you try this? You should have some. Oh, you should have some. Try some with me.
Are you certain?
Yes, yes, yes. Some of the greatest rewards of making food is trying it yourself as well. It's too good not to try.
But this is your gift.
At least try one bite.
Cold on the teeth. The taste is good, though. I'm surprised.
I'll give you a little bit of a tip. It's easier to use your tongue. You rest it on your tongue and let it melt a little bit so it's not as cold once it hits your teeth.
Very carefully, you'll see in the back of his mouth a small, not really an appendage, but kind of like a pointy, flat, fleshy membrane poke out and kind of start lapping at the ice cream.
Um,
I see what you mean. Although I am happy to hear that you enjoy it.
this was such a pleasant surprise. I really wasn't expecting this. I was expecting like some kind of like more nutritional driven like meat or something like that. Uh, despite what I told you, but this
Hey, you're still in the hunter comms.
you'll have to share the recipe with me. I'll share my sandwich recipe with you if that's fair.
So be it. In most cases, I use nutritional diets, especially with plenty of meat for myself. I need to have enough protein and certain nutrients to upkeep my body. But when you mentioned that you had a taste for dairy products and your enjoyment of sweets, I figured something like this might be something you would enjoy far more than I would.
I do enjoy it a lot. I'm very considerate. And so should I too. Which isn't a bad thing.
I'm surprised.
Just don't let anybody take advantage of that. Your kindness and shyness.
You're probably right.
It's not to discourage you, dear. Not at all. Awareness isn't discouragement. Yeah, little things like this. I've been around in Zephyr long enough to see quite a number of things, experience a number of things, and now I've just been taking a bit of a backseat. That is when I'm not busy with a particular affair that does need my attention. So I don't want to bring the mood down and talk about exactly what that is. When it comes to meals, or in this case, a treat, for me, it's how do I explain it? Have you ever heard? Oh, I'm sure you haven't, but it's something that was an old practice on Earth, very old time, long time ago as well, and it is called the sand sand mandalas. It was a Tibetan or Tibetan. Can't remember. Oh, it's been so long since I've read the pronunciation correctly. I don't know if you are familiar with um probably not. It's a form of religion, Buddhism. It's less superficial cult-esque worship and more attunement with one's self, mind, and soul and awareness of nature. And in that, um, I've recently started to follow the bit of a ritual where they make these sand mandalas And then when they're done, it's this big, beautiful sand art that they make like on the ground, just on the ground. And then once they're done with it, they destroy it. And most people would go, well, why would you destroy something like that? You spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it looks so beautiful. Why would you destroy it? When it reminds us that materialistic things, in the long run, are only temporary. But it's not to discourage someone from that. It's not to be necessarily a bad thing at all. So I make cute food. I appreciate cute food. I put a lot of time and effort into the cute food and treats. And then I either give them away or I just eat them.
An interesting perspective.
It's very therapeutic.
Nothing we St. Healy ever do comes without a purpose. If we are to draw our weapon, we are to use it. If we are to make a challenge, we are to never back down. If we make a decision, even if it is a mistake, we follow it through till its end. Everything we do has a purpose. Always.
Sometimes in life, there isn't always some greater purpose. Stuff just kind of happens to happen. I mean, it might not. The concept alone seems rather crazy, but when you've seen a lot of things, hard to deny it, you know? You could put years into something, and in the end, for a moment you think, what was the purpose of it, right? And instead of letting that fester and worrying about why the purpose changed or was maybe never really there, instead it's more of like it was a lovely sand mandala, and eventually you would have had to release it, or in that case, let it be destroyed.
These sand mandalas, could they also represent something negative instead of art?
Art is just the art, in most cases, is just an extension of oneself. And it's subjective. Could mean anything. Could be something destructive. The purpose of having a destructive path, because that was what you were given a purpose for. Could be a weapon, could be a person. Could really be anything. The practice in itself of actively doing that practice is more of a reminder, like remembering to wash your face in the morning. Though you don't have to do a sand mandala every morning, it's more of like a self-cleansing thing than anything. That's why they do it.
I see. Have you...
Remember what I told you about telling you a lot of old information that I know? This is a good example of what that might be. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, though. You were saying?
Have you ever experienced a negative Santa Mandela and wish you never took part in it?
There are times where I wish I never took part in a sand mandala and wish that I never started it to save me from the heartache. But I understand that it happened not just for some greater reason. It happened because another saying, as above, so below. It is in the nature. Think of it kind of like a life cycle. Someone has to be born, and eventually, someone has to die. Same person. It's kind of like physics in a way. Unfortunately, sometimes bad things happen, and there is no probable cause. But they teach us something about ourselves. In a way, we are vulnerable and we become opened up like a bit of a wound, and we peek inside of that wound of ourselves and maybe see some details that we've never really noticed before about them. I'm not sure if that really makes any sense. That's the best way that I can really describe it. It teaches us how to not get hurt in that way again. I guess you could say. Is the blanket easier way of saying that. You touch a hot stove, right? And you think, ow, burn my finger. And then you're not afraid of the stove. You know the danger it holds. But you also know not to directly stick your finger in a stove while it's on and hot and burning. Fear isn't that much of a bad thing. And it goes hand in hand with courage. Being afraid enough of something. Being afraid of yourself a little bit, maybe. At this point, I might be rambling. Does that make any sense?
I believe most of your counsel will come to fruition the more I experience myself here. I can't explain it, but Zafira has already opened many doors and has given me many questions since my time being here. Your wise counsel has begun to open something in me. I suppose the more questions I have and the more they get answered, the more doors open, the more I will learn and the more I will experience. But wisdom is not taught, it is experienced.
That is true. Questions are a good thing. It's always good to have questions, and it's always good to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. At least not in my book.
I've only ever seen wisdom like this come from elders, from my people. How should not ask that question.
I would humor it because you were very sweet and you have fed me a delicious treat and you are curious and I told you there is no such thing as a stupid question. I already know what what you were going to ask, and I'm not going to tell you that it's a stupid question, but I am going to tell you that if it was any other woman, they would probably try to slap you across the face. It's a bit of a golden rule not to ask a lady how old she is. But I'm sorry, your eyes got really big. That's not a bad thing. Okay. That is some advice for you. It's not a stupid question, and I see why you asked that. I am... I am quite old. I'm not going to give you a specific day, or like specific amount of years, but I will at least tell you that I am quite old.
From what I've seen from humans, or the like of them, you don't have any features on you to indicate age.
Not anymore. People don't age in Zephyr anymore. They've got all kinds of augments, Botox, stuff like that, plastic surgeries. I was blessed with a naturally fair skin, so I got lucky there. But yes, there are some people that age a little bit. It's very rare to see a super elder person actually look like an elder. In the new age of plastic surgeries, cosmetics, and all that kind of stuff, it is a bit hard and tricky when everybody looks like maybe middle-aged at the most.
I see.
If that helps.
I
But yes, I
suppose.
probably wouldn't ask that to most women.
Are
But I'm not offended.
Are the females of this place usually so violent?
Yes. Yes, sometimes they're more violent.
Not too unfamiliar then. I see. I will be careful, and I will tread lightly when speaking with them.
I would... Another piece of advice, I would... Don't worry about walking on eggshells. Only because if they even smell a little bit of fear on you, who knows? They might get ya. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was mean of me. I apologize. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you have at least some other lady friends too, right?
Only recent ones. There are two others. They are AI programs made by the UNSC, a group of people I used to be at war with. One of them is named Stele, the other, Prism.
Oh, it blew it. Quite awkward. So, if they're your friends, they can't be at that.
My war with them ended so many years ago. I have not participated in that side of the war since I was suppose a few years younger. I was a soldier for a religious military known as the Covenant. I did many bad things to humans. I regret these actions. I do not wish to partake in the Covenant and their lies any longer. But it still does not rectify the sins that I have caused and the mistakes I have made. I was surprised to learn that these individuals were accepting of my presence. I'm still surprised to learn that your people are accepting of me.
To chastise you and reprimand you for an old war that you clearly regret participating in would be hypocritical. I'll be honest with you. Everybody sins in some way, shape, or form. It's kind of hard to avoid. And not even human hands are completely clean of that, especially if they participated in that war as well.
I suppose this is the truth.
Oh, I have sinned as well. It's quite common. And it's a bit of a controversial take, and this only applies to, I think, Christian sins, because there are some that I deem are absolutely unforgivable. But it's not all of them. It's not black and white. And in my opinion, for especially some of the lesser sins, you ask for redemption. You don't just ask, you don't sit and beg and say, please forgive me. You actually act to change. Hell, I once knew of a great priest who was once a murderer. He was still someone who was absolutely redeemable. So for me to sit here and say, oh, you have sinned, therefore you are damned. Some people who do really, really horrible things and are damned, that's them. But for someone, even in this case, an individual who has murdered for a war, a religious war, but still acts to change himself and separate himself from the war, means a lot more than someone who only further delves into it. It's also the unfortunate nature that beings of consciousness and being able to sympathize, unfortunately, even in nature, animals, creatures, beasts, they kill each other. It's hard to ignore.
I see.
If that makes any sense.
It does.
And again, it's a bit controversial. A lot of people would say, Damn them. Damn them sinners. But I don't. I might be a bit... I might be a bit biased. I am a sinner. A lot of people are. I hope that gives you some comfort in some way. If it doesn't, it's quite understandable. It's a little hard to hear. Not many people agree with that.
I will take your counsel into account. Thank you again for all that you have told me.
Thank you for listening.
I was not expecting to make friends when I came here.
To be honest with you, I didn't think I'd make any friends in Saphira either. But I'm grateful for the ones that we do meet. That includes you, you know. I hope you understand that.
Yes.
Got one more big bite.
I did not realize that your mouth was similar to mine.
I don't really show it a whole lot, to be honest, but I wanted you to feel comfortable. Not a lot of people know that I can even do that. I prefer it that way. I like being mysterious. And there are some people in Zephyr that are just a little bit racist to anything that's not completely human. I won't tell you what exactly I am, but I will say all the information that you have told me doesn't fall on ears that is not knowledgeable in that nature. I was once fully human. I am not fully human anymore.
I see. I was told that there were a great many other species that looked like humans on Earth that did not belong in the same category.
I mean, how many humans do you know have multiple lives?
Not many.
I want to thank you for the absolutely lovely treat. And apologies for not eating it slower. It
There
was
is
too
no
good.
need. I am glad you enjoyed it. That was the purpose of me giving it to you in the first place.
Very sweet.
Hmm.
I tell you, if you put yourself out there more, you're going to make a lot more friends.
Maybe.
It is, of course, if you want that. You seem like you're comfortable in your own company, at least to some degree, which is okay. I don't like a big room filled to the brim with people either.
My people typically don't engage in things like friendship. We form bonds as brothers in battle. But
Sounds so
culture.
lonely, though.
it is. Yes.
I mean, you're the only... What'd you say your species name was again? I'm sorry, dear.
Sangheili.
Sangheili. You're the only Sangheili that I know of in Zephyra. You're the first one that I've met. You don't have any of your brothers with you?
I have no brothers.
No brothers at all that came with you? Come. I'm so sorry, dear.
From the moment we are able to walk, we are trained to fight and kill. I was in an egg cluster of 14 others. We were all conscripted into the Covenant. I believe I am the only one left. And because of my stature, because of my defects, I was not allowed to form bonds. I am not allowed to court women, and I am not allowed to mate. I am dishonored.
Well, that's why you said all that when I first met you? Dishonored?
I am what my people call an ill-born. I do not look like the others. My eyes, my facial markings, and my size are indicators of this. My nose is different. My mandibles are not the same. I was what you people would call an outcast. And even now, I am still not allowed to wear my people's armor, despite my family status.
Can I see your mandibles? Open and close your mouth for me. Okay. You say that your mandibles are deformed?
They are not shaped how they are supposed to. They are thin and bulky in some parts. They are not smooth or rounded at the tips.
I don't know about you, but they appear to function properly as they are supposed to.
Functionality is
Good.
not the discrepancy.
And how could it be labeled as a deformity? Usually, deformities are those that prevent proper movement and functionality.
I suppose
Yeah.
our people have two
These-
different terms for deformities.
And yet, these ones appear to function properly, like they're supposed to.
Do you know enough about Sangheili biology?
I know enough about mandibles, though I have a lower jaw. My mandibles are only in a pair of 2 rather than 4 like yours. I guess you could say that in your description of Sangheili biology and what is a deformity and what isn't, I would count as a deformity as well.
Your hands are very soft.
you. Well, you used to have soft hands. People like softness.
I don't think I will ever have soft hands. Or soft anything.
And yet, you have functionality. Functionality. I see functionality. I'm a bit biased because I myself have mandibles, and by your description, I would technically be, well, I'm not even saying Healy, but I would technically fall under that deformity category.
I suppose.
That didn't change the fact that we're friends. And I mean, you're in Zafira, and you're the only Healy that I know of that's in Zafira. What exactly is going to stop you? That's the little devil on your shoulder now. Again, I'm a bit biased, and I don't understand your customs completely. But that's my 2 cents. And if you've already made more than one friend, I think that speaks volumes. Besides, even if by some chance you are able to see some more of your kind, right? You're able to see more of your kind around, and suddenly you're like, oh my goodness, who is going to hang around me now? I will. Because, by some definition, especially with the rampant, unfortunate racism of Saphira, alas, I am but an outcast to myself to some degree. And why not stay in the company of someone who's kind of in the same situation as I am? Funny, a lot of people in Saphira would be counted as outcasts, and yet they all conglomerate like one big melting pot. I'm getting preachy now. I'm seriously getting a little preachy now. And you don't have to take anything that I say to heart. But I don't think that should stop you from doing what you actually want to do in life. That's just my 2 cents.
I still don't know what I truly want to do. I know what I'm good at. I know what I am capable of. I don't know much else. If I were to go against what I was told, what I've been administered, the other Sangheili, they would only treat me more harsher than they already do. I don't believe it would be worth it. My name still has to mean something. But then again, I may never return home. I may never even be welcomed home. You've given me much to think about. Thank you, Tomie.
It's really nothing. And take it with a grain of salt, as you would with anybody else giving you information. I could be wrong. There are many times in my life that I've been incorrect about something.
I will not keep you any longer. If you would like to leave, you may do so.
Some things that I have to take care of. I can't be away from Zephyra for too long. But before I do leave, you really look like you could use a hug. Would you like one?
What is a hug?
That's right. Singhalis don't make friends, which means they don't hug people. And you've never been courted either. Well, I mean, it's not really a court thing, but like some people that are interested in each other do hug. They hug a lot. But like it's also just a friendly gesture to hug. It's a universal gesture of goodwill, kindness, and physically transferring comfort from one person to another. It's a physical embrace. And if you're not comfortable with something like that, that's quite alright. But I feel so terrible that you have never heard of a hug and have never even experienced a hug. That is a hell that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
You explained a hug to be similar to an embrace. My kind do this with their mates and their brothers. As I've told you, I am not allowed to.
Human customs, or at least customs universally, it's not just a courting thing, it's also a friend thing. It's only really a courting thing if you, like, I don't know, maybe like kiss somebody. That's more of a courting thing.
Are you attempting to court me?
No, I'm not trying to court you. I feel awful that you've never had a hug. It's terrible. Friends hug the time. A mother would hug her child. For a moment, forgot just how tall you were. Yeah, thank you. If you are uncomfortable, I don't have to give you a hug.
How should I perform this?
All you do is wrap your arms around the other person. Typically over the shoulders or over the neck. Okay? Now if it was courting, they'd, person would hug and maybe like grab their butt a little bit. So that's courting. So as long as you don't do that, you're fine. I mean, they don't always grab each other's butt. I'm sorry. I just want to make you feel comfortable.
Please do not grab my rear.
I'm not gonna grab your rear end. I don't think I would even be able to reach it. I won't grab your... Okay. Are you ready? How does that feel?
Different. I feel lighter.
That means the hug is working. feeling a little heavy. Are you okay?
Hmm. Hmm. Yes,
Are you alright?
I am. I can let you go now.
No, you're okay. I appreciate that. You're okay. It's just for a second there, I started to think that you were falling asleep on me.
Hmm. Your body is warm.
Well, I'd be worried if it wasn't. I I won't take up more of your time though. Thank you for at least letting me introduce you to that. I encourage you when you do find yourself a good relationship with more friends and you trust them enough to hug them as well, or at least let them hug you. It is also very therapeutic. And I think that might be one of the things that you need. So if you are able to ever go back and maybe it won't feel so heavy. Who knows?
I see. Hmm. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Hmm. I will help see you out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will see you another time.
Thank you again for having me.